morning. My name is Joan Selecky. I'm an instructor that works for the Tempe Parks and Recs. I'm so glad you're joining me this morning in beautiful Kiwanis Park. We're actually sitting in front of the Kiwanis Recreational Center, and I say we because I want to all give applause to, you can't see him, but his name is Sam. He is here helping tape this for us so we can bring this to you this morning. This component of the Sit and Fit class that I teach here for the City of Tempe Parks and Recs, we're going to be working with some added intensity, meaning we're going to actually do some standing work. But notice I'm seated in the chair first. I'm going to have you stand up from your chair. So if you're not seated in your chair, please do so now. And notice I have a chair with some backing. So you can start here, but we're actually going to go to the front of the chair. So why don't we all just start sitting back first, nice and tall, abdominal, gluteal, lower back muscles are engaged, shoulders are down and back, and let's bring ourselves forward in the chair. Our joints are at 90 degrees. They're at their strongest and most stable. When we get up from a chair or from the bed or from a bench, wherever we're seated, this is what we want to work on not happening. Notice, and it happens, I am slouching. I'm coming up using more of my back than these big muscles in our lower body, which are actually muscles that lift us up. Hip extensor, knee extensor. We're straightening up, so we're getting out of flexion of our hip flexors. So we want to use these big muscles. Our shoulders are working with our core to stabilize us so we can get up. So once again, I'm going to come down in the chair. We have a little more weight in our heels so that when we stand, we don't feel like we're going to be falling forward. If you need a little help, I call help our Linus blanket. You can have another chair in front of you. You can be up against the wall, have a counter, whatever you feel comfortable with. Or you can just put your hands on top of your thighs. You don't need any of that Linus blanket. If you feel comfortable, I leave that up to your choice, but let's stand up now. We're going to come up. Notice when I came up also, my knees didn't go beyond the toes. Just at that toe level and letting all these lower bodies help lift us, core and shoulders stabilize us. We're going to walk to the back of the chair. Can also be a counter if you'd like. We're standing in our neutral position. Legs are hip width, balancing on the four corners of our feet. Once again, gluteal, abdominal, lower back muscles are engaged, lengthening our spine, our shoulders are down and back. We're going to start first with both hands behind the chair so you can just get a good feel for your neutral. And we're going to start on our... Notice, I'm not venturing too far from the chair because if you need to hold on, if you need that Linus blanket, it's there for you. We're going to start with our right arm and right leg. With the leg, we're going to tap forward and back, and with the arm, we're going to lift and lower. Now, what's the left side doing? Working on some balance. So when we're standing and we're lifting, we're going to be working a little bit on one leg, which will now be our left leg. So we want to think of not putting too much weight on that leg, balancing on the four corners of your feet, Gluteal, abdominal, lower back muscles remain engaged. And let's keep our leg and arm extended. Let's tap and lift the arm to the front for 8. 8, 7, 6, 5. My left leg feels light. I don't feel like I'm putting too much weight on. If you do, 3, then you want to stop. 2 and 1, because you are then going out of your neutral alignment. So guess what? Stop the exercise, shake it out a little bit, walk around, and then come back into position. We're now going to tap back and forward, and we'll take our right arm and extend it to the back and bring it down. Let's do that move for 8. 8, 7, 6, 5. My knee is soft. 4, nice and tall. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to alternate between the front and the back for 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, balancing on that left leg. 3, 2, and 1. Before we go to the other side, we want to work on abduction and adduction of the arm and the leg. So we're going to tap out, tap in with the right leg, and bring the arm up shoulder level and down. Notice I've been holding on here. If you'd like to add more resistance, guess what? You don't need to hold on to anything. So let's do 8, here or here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's extend both arms. Let's roll our shoulders twice to the back. Shoulders were working and stabilizing, and to the front. Let's place our hands on our hips, or if you'd like, if you need a little more resistance and help, or I should say need a little less resistance and you want to work with a little more of the Linus blanket, you can place your hands on the back of the chair. We're just going to give the hips a little bit of a stretch. Let's bring the hip bones forward to the right. Let's circle twice. And to the left, let's circle twice. Now we're going to break this up a little bit with some squats. So let's stand behind the chair so that if you need the Linus blanket with both hands, or a little more intense, adding one hand. If you work with only one hand, you want to work with the both hands on the back of the chair. So I'm using even counts, so squat with one hand on for 4 and then the other hand on for 4. And of course, a little more intense, needing no Linus blanket. So you've got here, you've got here, and you've got here. I like to keep the hands on the hips. It helps keep the shoulders down and back. Let's do some squatting. We're going to stick our glutes out, knees stay behind the toes for 8. 8. Now I'm going to come from behind the chair. 7, 6. It's as though I'm trying to sit in my chair. I'm going to go sideways. 4, so you can see the knees stay behind the toes. I'm sticking my butt out. And let's do 4 more, as opposed to coming forward. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the arms down, and now let's walk over to the other side of the chair. Linus blanket, no Linus blanket, extending our left arm, and let's lift and tap, balancing on our right leg, which is a little tired now, so we want to be really, really mindful of keeping that nice balance. We're not putting all of our weight on that leg. Gluteal, abdominal, lower back muscles are engaged. And let's begin. 8, 7, 6. There's that Linus blanket if I need it. 3, 2, 1. Reassess our form. Now we'll take it to the back. 8, 7, 6. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Once again, reassess the form. It's a word I like to always use. Reassess, see where I am. Now we're going to alternate. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring the arms down, extend them both. Let's just roll the shoulders to the back twice and to the front twice so we can put them down and back. Now we've got abduction and adduction with the arm and the leg. Linus blanket, no Linus blanket for 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both hands on the hips. Hip bones are forward. Let's circle the hips twice, starting to the left and twice over to the right. Shoulders are down and back. Now, why was all that important? One of our most functional moves is the walk. When we walk, our arms are extended, shoulders down and back, and we're actually balancing on one leg, and when we move, our arms swing. It's very natural because we've adapted to it, so it's gotten very natural. And another way we can walk is walk backwards. These are all exercises you can do, and we can walk sideways in one direction and walk sideways in the opposite direction. But once again, walking forward, very natural with the arms swinging, heel-toe motion, wanting to balance on the four corners of our feet as we walk. And we also want to balance so we don't feel as though we're tipping over too far forward, too far back. So let's have a seat in our chair once again. And as we were squatting, the gluteals are going to go down in the chair. Shoulders are down and back. Let's extend both legs out. Extend the arms. Let's just do a gentle reach forward. And coming up, bringing our feet back up. 90 degrees at the joints, our shoulders are down and back. Let's roll our shoulders twice to the back. and twice to the front. Abdominal muscle engaged. Take a nice breath in, everyone. And exhale. I want you all to pat yourselves on the back for a really great job done. And I'm so glad you joined me this morning. Be well, be safe, and have a wonderful day. And I hope to see you again. Take care.